Hi, I'm Mrs. Evans, your school counselor here at Bel Air, and I'm here to read you a bedtime story. I love to read before I go to bed. I get all comfy and cozy, and I have my tea to drink, and then I relax, have a good night's sleep. So I hope you're going to enjoy listening to this story and reading other books for your bedtime stories at home. This book is by Joy Cowley. It's called Big Moon Tortilla. It's illustrated by Diane Strongbow. By the time Maria Enos had finished her homework, the sky was orange with sunset and a fussy wind was blowing across the desert. Maria Enos opened her window and looked outside. In the cookhouse, grandmother was making tortillas for the church supper. She slapped them into large circles and tossed them onto the iron plate over the mesquite fire. Grandmother's Big Moon tortillas were the best in the world. The head of Marta Enos was filled with the knowing of fresh tortillas. Oh, that sweet, crisp, little bit burnt smell. It went to Maria's stomach, which rumbled and growled, and then down onto her feet, making her toes twitch towards the cookhouse. The legs of Marta Enos would not wait another minute. They were in such a hurry to run to the cookhouse that they knocked over Marta's table, and that is when a disaster happened. The homework papers with their neat writing and beautiful drawings went out the window and onto the breath of the fussing wind. The wind huffed the papers high into the air, then with a little cough, it spread them over the village. The legs of Marta Enos were sorry for their mistake, and they ran out to chase the homework papers, which slipped and slid like kites without strings. But the dogs, too, were chasing, leaping into the air. They barked to each other, "A game, a game!" And in no time at all, the beautiful homework papers were torn and chewed into trash. The dogs really did eat her homework. The second disaster happened when Marta tried to pull a page away from a puppy. Her glasses fell off and she stepped on them. One arm of the glasses broke in half. She did not smell the tortillas anymore. Her head was filled up to her eyes with grief and tears as hot as chili peppers. Ruined homework, broken glasses. Marta Enos ran to her grandmother. Grandmother left her tortillas and sat down, as big as a bed and warm from the cooking. As she smoothed Marta's hair with her floured hands, she said, "Hush, hush. If you cry so much, you'll put out the fire." "The dogs ate my homework, and I can't see to do any more," Marta sobbed. Grandmother rocked her. "Little problem," she said. "Too small for a big rainstorm. We'll repair your eyeglasses." But the tears of Marta Enos still ran through her eyes and nose and made hiccups in her throat. So grandmother sang to her an old healing song, and with the healing song, there was a story. When we have a problem, we must choose what we will be. Sometimes it's good to be a tree, to stand up tall in the desert and look all ways at once. Sometimes it's best to be a rock, to sit very still, seeing nothing and saying nothing. Sometimes the wisest thing is to be an eagle and fly. When the eagle is up high, it sees how small the earth is. It sees how small the problem is, and it laughs and laughs. Grandmother wound some tape around the arm of the glasses. She put the glasses back on the nose and ears of Marta Enos. "That should be okay until we get them fixed," she said. "Now, one tortilla before supper." Grandmother pinched a ball of dough and slapped it between her hands. Flap, flap, flip, flap, flip, flap. When it was as big and pale as a rising full moon, she dropped it onto the iron plate above the red-hot coals of the fire. Ah, the smell as the tortilla bubbled and browned. "I have decided," said Marta Enos, her legs doing a tortilla dance. "I am going to be the eagle." Grandmother nodded. "That is very wise," she said, turning the tortilla over. "Fly high and laugh. Then you can come back and do your homework." So I'm wondering what you're going to be the next time you are angry or frustrated like Marta. You can think about this as you're going to sleep. Will you stand tall like a tree and look all ways? Or will you be like the rock? Will you sit very still, seeing nothing and saying nothing? Or like Marta, will you be the eagle? The eagle flies up high and sees how small the earth is. Will you see how small your problem is and laugh and laugh? Think about those things. Here are other books I recommend reading. Grandparents' Song. It's by Sheila Hamanaka. What Should Danny Do? That's a good one if you like to choose your own endings, by Gannett and Adair Levy. Of course, one about kindness. Each Kindness by Jacqueline Woodson. And by Jamie Lee Curtis and Laura Cornell. Is There Really a Human Race? So, hope you have a good night's sleep. Good night. See you back at school.